So let me explain something to you, right? You do not know how long I stared at this camera, nervous to press play. You don't understand. You don't. You don't. First of all, let me cover that up. Okay. This ain't OnlyFans, honey. Huh? Excuse me. Okay. Gotta show the necklace. Okay. So, yeah, this is the first episode of Anonymous Veronica. I was a lot more nervous before I hit play, but I put on two of my favorite new songs that came out this month, and I'm just elated right now. I'm excited now. They gave me the confidence I needed. I did a little prayer, spoke to the universe, got my crystals. Okay, look, this one right here, blue agate lace. Now, if you cannot see this, you're just listening. I also have a version that you could watch on YouTube and physically see me along with my crystals. Check that out. If you are on YouTube, you could see this beautiful collection of crystals that I had. Any interview I went to, I brought these with me when I got them. I bought these last year. Since then, even on the first date, if I was like, I feel like this dude is crazy, I'm gonna bring one of these little crystals. Now, let me explain something to you. Red flags exist, yes. Yes, they do. But let me explain something to you, right? If it's big enough to cover the sun, I'm not seeing you anywhere, sir. It's not happening. And that brings up a good point. That's what we're speaking about today. Quarantine dating. So for those of you who thought it was impossible to date during the quarantine, these whole 2 months, people have been dating, swinging from vine to vine. If not physically, then virtually, okay? Some people have been dating on apps, like Tinder, Hinge, Bumble, whatever else is out there. I don't know what else is out there. There's a lot out there, but those are the three that I feel like are not as robotic, and you don't have some 50-year-old man from Dominican Republic talking about some bonita, besos, all this crazy stuff, okay? So some people, the people who are dating on apps, and you have people who were not dating at all. I'm not one of those people. Now listen, normally I'm used to dating on apps. So I was dating on the apps. Normally I don't really meet people in person. I have the resting bitch face, or the depressed girl face, or the please do not mess with me face, or I'm just not paying attention to anybody at all. I don't look at anybody. So I don't really get hit on like that in public. But on the apps, I was out and popping, right? So I was on Hinge before the quarantine started. Maybe like 2 days before the quarantine started. I got some news that we were going to be on lockdown from someone who was fixing my car. And he's like, it's a good thing that you're getting your car fixed right now. And I was like, oh, word? He's like, yeah. A lot of my clients say that we're going to be on lockdown. I was like, oh, interesting. A lot of people, they go shopping before lockdown. A lot of people call their madre, their papa, the tío, abuela, whatever. I got me a little profile on Hinge. Thank you. I did. Me don't care. I did. Okay? And I left Tinder alone. I wasn't on there. I was on Hinge. Made a little profile. Met a couple people. Spoke to some people. I didn't really take it seriously. But I was like, let me get some company on here or whatever. I don't plan on seeing anybody, but I just wanted somebody to talk to. And then someone told me that Tinder was popping. Excuse you, the microphone hit me. I heard Tinder was popping. I was like, let me check out the Tin. So I made a profile on Tinder. There was nothing popping on Tinder. I was lied to. I was tricked. But you know what? I stayed on there for like maybe 3 weeks. And I spoke to a couple people on there. It wasn't much. But I was on there. Whatever. Listen. I just wanted to see what type of fish was swimming in the pool. That's the only reason why I was on Tinder. Other than that, I've been on there before and I wasn't wooed. I had to take a sip. I wasn't wooed. Nobody turned me on Tinder. It is dating online. What am I supposed to say? It is what it is. You're just meeting people. It's just like you on Instagram. You see some fool commenting. And sometimes you feel obligated to say something. Sometimes you just don't. That's how it is on Tinder. Sometimes the same guy just bothers you and bothers you and bothers you and bothers you, right? But I've never went on a date on Hinge. Never. And I could tell you I was on Hinge for probably a year. I've never been on a Hinge date. Now, I've been on multiple Tinder dates. A lot of people are scared to date online. But your girl, I was dating on the Tin. Okay? Before, and I was only dating on Tinder because Hinge, I wasn't introduced to Hinge yet. But Tinder, people are a lot more forward. They're a lot more crazy. They like fishing a lot more on Tinder. So I dated a couple people on Tinder. Yeah. Now, my qualifications for Tinder now. Before we even go on a date, I need to speak to you for at least a week. Okay? And that hasn't changed since then, since the quarantine. Now, on the quarantine, I've only went on 2 Tinder dates. Sue me. Listen, we were 6 feet. Don't do that. You're not my grandma. Come on. We were 6 feet. Ain't nothing happening. Okay? I don't date hoes. Nothing happened. Oh, my wig. Scares me. Let me fix that real quick. Everything's just falling and popping open. But yeah, nothing happened. But anyway, quarantine dating. It's like, how do you stay safe? For the people who want to date during a quarantine, how do you stay safe? Listen, like I said, people are swinging from vine to vine. You have people out here dating multiple people. If they came to see you during the quarantine, they went to go see somebody else. Keep that in mind. And that's why I said, I keep this closed. I keep this zip. Keep the cheeks hidden under a little long sweater. The weave's not in. Listen, I don't look nothing like this in the quarantine dates. Okay? Now on the pictures, on the profile, I look like Veronica. I'm looking like a snack. Forget that. I'm looking like a meal. I'm looking like a buffet. I'm looking like a treat, honey. Okay? I'm looking like the center of the Tootsie Pop. A glass of chocolate milk. Fire and desire. You understand? But during the quarantine, I'm looking like Auntie TT. AKA, don't let her hold the baby. AKA, bye Felicia. Okay, if you know, you know. Listen, you wanted to see me so bad. This is what you get, okay? They don't look their best either. We make that clear. I don't look my best. You don't look that best. You don't look your best. But guess what? If I like you and you like me, things are mutual. After the quarantine, I could dress like this. Give you a little something to look at. You know what I mean? Give you something to feel, maybe. Maybe. But also, on a serious note, the quarantine does help people focus on getting to know each other. Now you're forced to stay your ass home. Okay? Normally when you meet people on Tinder, the first hour they're asking you, yeah, let's go to the coffee shop. Yeah, let's get something to drink. Come to my house. Let's Netflix and chill. I'm not going to touch you. I ain't going to do nothing. Sometimes they end up doing the hanky-panky. Diddling with the Skittle. Touching the magic stick. Visiting the candy shop. You know? But during the quarantine, you guys are just getting to know each other. For 3 months, it's a little too long. Nobody is that interesting to speak to for 3 months. Not one person. I'm not even that interesting. I'm sorry, sir. I'll probably every day I'll be like, yeah, how are you doing? Whatever. You ask me how I slept. I slept good. But after a month, I get tired of it. You know, even after 3 weeks, I'm just like, ugh, ain't nothing better to do. Let me just pick this up and drag it along. Whatever. I need to sit for that because I've been going through a lot. That's good. Champagne with strawberries in it. Hey, drip drop all over my stuff. Okay, anyway, it is a nice time for a lot of people who normally don't take the time to get to know people, who normally get bored easily. Now you're forced to get to know somebody. There's no, let me see you in 2 days. Now you have to wait 2 months. Now some people, like I explained before, they don't wait at all. If I like you, I like you. You want it the hard way, you want the easy way. What you want? I like you and I want you. You coming to my house, or we meeting at the park, or we meeting at the beach? What do you want? We can even have a car date at the McDonald's parking lot. What you want, shorty? I get you something at Chick-fil-A. What you want? You know? And some people, some girls and some guys, they come together and they don't give a damn. They gonna meet each other. Some people still going to, what's that called? Dick appointments. You know you can still contract it that way. You know that, right? You're nasty. Is it that important? Is it that serious? Amazon, they're available. You could have gotten you something off Amazon. Get your little toy. A little bzz. You know, a little remote. You know, something like this. A little baseball bat. Some of y'all be out here. I'm just saying. Not like that. No offense. Out here like you like the width. You like the girth. You like the length. Some of you like the little bzz. You know, I'm not gonna tell you my business, but I got me a couple of those so I can stay out of Tarzan's way when he's swinging from vine to vine. I don't want to be one of the girls he gets sick. Even before the quarantine, I was careful. You can't even kiss anybody. Even before the quarantine. You don't know what these people do. You don't know. I hear so many stories. One guy went on a date with one girl. 2 hours later, he's on a date with another girl. What did he do with the girl prior to you for 2 hours? What were they doing for 2 hours? Sometimes they're going out on a restaurant. To a restaurant, they're going to the movies. Sometimes they're doing a cute little picnic if the guy is innovative and creative. He actually put some effort into his dating life. You know, or maybe he'll how and he out here licking and sticking. Maybe the girl's doing the same thing. You just don't know. Even the people that you're in a relationship with, you don't know what they're doing. Even the people you're married to, you don't know what they're doing. It's crazy out here. So it's like even after the quarantine, even before the quarantine, you have to instill some rules and some values to keep yourself safe. So when it comes to times like this, you already have those habits. Those are habits. So, keep that in mind even after this whole quarantine thing is over. Some stores have been open by now. Some businesses are open. Some people are getting their nails done right now. Some people going to the beach. There's even more dick appointments happening. It's a hot mess. But I'm at home, and I've been home since March, honey. Now, I've been working. Don't worry about it. I've been working. Veronica got a job. I'm working in one of those jobs that are considered essentials. Veronica is an essential. Thank you very much. Thank you. No, I'm not a prostitute. No, I'm not a sex worker. I'm sorry to break it to you. You know what? This whole thing about these people who are essentials, I feel like they're on the front line. I pray for you. And I'm thankful for you. Listen, it's crazy. This whole situation is crazy, but we all have to just try to survive until this whole thing blows over. For many people who are not too stressed about their financial well-being, they're grateful for this moment because this is like a pause button. It's allowing them to stop, pause, and get to know the people in their houses that they live with. Bond with the people in their houses. Bond with themselves. Get to know themselves. It gives them more free time to do their hobbies. Create a new hobby. Come up with a new hobby. Do something new. Create a new playlist. It's a wonderful time for a lot of people who are not stressed. Not for the people who are stressed. I can't speak for them, but maybe they're having a good time, maybe they're not. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what they're doing. But everyone's different. Everyone's dealing with this differently. I finally allowed myself to wake up from a dream that I had, which was to have a podcast. Now I'm nervous as all hell. And I probably made a mistake like 15 times. But this is going to be something new even after the quarantine. So, check me out. Follow me on YouTube at Anonymous Veronica Podcast. Let me make sure that's correct so I don't send you to someone else's YouTube. And if I did send you to someone else's YouTube, just know that I sent you to someone who's not as popping as Anonymous Veronica. Okay. Can you love, please? Thank you. Follow me on Instagram at Anonymous Veronica Podcast. So it's safe to say that on every social media that you want to find me on, it is titled Anonymous Veronica Podcast. Okay. Hopefully, after maybe 10 episodes, I will be better at speaking a little bit slower so I can catch myself, catch my mistakes. But right now I'm a little bit nervous. And whatever. I'll listen. My favorite word is progression. People grow. People learn from their mistakes. So the people who judge you, they don't know progression themselves. They don't. you gotta see the beauty in seeing not only people grow, but yourself. You know, so I'm going to watch this back, probably cringe a little bit. But like I said, you can follow me on Anonymous Veronica podcast. Make sure podcast is in there. That is the handle for Instagram and YouTube. I do not have a Twitter yet. I don't even know if I want a Twitter. I'm not a fan of Twitter. Never been on Twitter. Never tweeted before. Never been a bird. Okay? But hey, if I'm trying podcasting, maybe I should try tweeting too. Tweeting. Whatever. Tell me if I'm wrong, tell me if I'm right. Actually, don't tell me nothing. We don't care. Finish drinking the champagne. Alright, y'all. I may do a part 2. You know what? Have a good night. Mwah.